Hey gamers, welcome back to my channel. Have you noticed something in the air? It seems a bit colder, doesn't it? Well, Christmas is coming, and Black Friday even sooner. So for you, I have the 5 great games/game series to consider for this Black Friday holiday season. My first choice is, of course, Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a name known by all and is synonymous with its intense difficulty. But fret not, because there is only one way to get good, so to speak, and that's finally taking your first step into the beautiful worlds created by From Software. Each game's narrative is made in such a way that, on the surface, you'll receive a very basic plot about going somewhere and reigniting an ancient fire. It isn't until you look down underneath the veneer that you find beautifully fleshed out and heavily realized worlds backed up with oodles of lore to just sink your dragon teeth into. Now, every Dark Souls is worthy of your buck, even Dark Souls 2. But for beginners and veterans alike, my personal favorite is of course Dark Souls 3. The boss design and overall combat system is at its best and most refined, and build variety can be nominalized in the thousands. Another thing to mention for Dark Souls is that the music is just wonderful. In fact, I'd go as far to say that the music is the #1 thing to go to, even if the gameplay is just as good. Any entry in the Dark Souls series can be found on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. You can also get Dark Souls 1 Remaster for the Nintendo Switch. As for Stadia, we don't talk about Stadia. Our next entry on our list is the Jak and Daxter series. The Jak and Daxter series entertained the eyes of millions of Generation Z children, including mine, on the peak of entertainment, the best console to ever be the immaculate king of the jungle, the PlayStation 2. Jak and Daxter 1, 2, and 3 are all action platformers, however, it is good to note that the most platformy of the group is the first game. Unlike Dark Souls, I'll be giving you a brief on each game since they do vary quite a bit. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, was the first entry into the series. A quick synopsis reveals that Daxter fell down a well of dark eco, and now must go far, far to the north to find the Dark Eco sage Gaul and his sister Maya, in order to change him back, but all the other Eco sages have been kidnapped, so it is up to you two to get them all back. Gameplay wise, it is satisfyingly basic. Hit stuff and do platformy things with the various Eco types to save the day. A wonderful start to an amazing series. Jak 2 can be noted as the starkest tonality shift in all of media, really. Instead of the bright and colorful lands of yore, you'll be teleported to the future with a machine of precursor origin. And suddenly, your fun and lighthearted save-the-day tale is literally GTA for kids. You're set in Haven City, a grim, dark, dystopian city ruled by a totalitarian government headed by the wonderfully named Baron Praxis. GTA for kids wasn't really a joke either. You smuggle drugs, commit capital murder, save literal slaves, and kill someone every other second. It is all conducted through the minimap that literally, like GTA, is of little icons that represent who your mission giver is. Overall, Jak 2 is probably the most loved and cherished, but to me, this is just one step lower than Jak 3 functions identically to Jak 2, except now Haven City is at war. There's big scary robots and literal whole chunks of the city now comprising of nothing but metalhead juice. But the biggest kicker for me, and also probably why I like Desert Wasteland settings and media so much, is because, well, the main setting, where most events and plot developments take place, is the Wasteland, and the brand new Spargus City. Here, instead of lame hovering cars, you get real cars with deadly weapons, guns, grenade launchers, missile cannons, other stuff that fire things that all have distinct appearances, sounds, and feel. Just like with Jak 2, you'll meet a whole bunch of new characters to save the world yet again. And, because I can, I also recommend Jak X, the racing spin-off that came after Jak 3. I have an entire 20-30 minute ass video about that, which you can find right at the top right of the corner of the screen. All about why the game is the best thing to ever grace the racing genre. Basically, car go fast, and Jak needs to win big race things so he not die. Worth every penny. Luckily, you can find a bundle with all 4 games right on the PlayStation 4 and 5 storefronts. And yes, I know they are old, but it is definitely worth to play them, because things don't go out of style if they're that good. I'm just saying. Our next entry is Deep Rock Galactic. It is one of my personal favorite indie games ever. You are an employee for a dwarven mining company called Deep Rock Galactic. And basically all you do is get shot down to a planet, Hoaxus 4, and either kill what needs to be killed, or mine what needs to be mined, or save what needs to be saved too. You have a choice of 4 classes of dwarves to be. Scout is a lightweight, reconnaissance-based damage dealer, whose main draw is the ability to use the grappling hook to get to far-off places quickly, so that precious resources are not wasted. Engineer builds turrets, and can shoot soft platforms that can be used either as cushions or to get everyone up to different places. Engineer's signature sentry turret, or turrets, depending on your build, are immensely useful for increasing combat efficiency and holding off hordes of glyphids, the native arachnid population hell-bent on sending you straight to heck. Driller is the man without the plan, and thus just sets everything he looks at on fire, and then proceeds to drill through the entire map anywhere he wants to go. Oh yeah, you can do that by the way. Every procedurally generated map is 100% destructible, which makes situations like having to get from one point to another as simple as holding the fire button down and looking towards where you want to go. And then, of course, Gunner, my main. He is the big man with an even bigger gun. His only function is to provide firing support for his team. Gunner can also throw down a bubble shield that repels glyphids, and also has a zipline. Very, very useful. All in all, Deep Rock Galactic is an incredibly fun game to play by yourself and with friends, with some great music to boot, by the way. You can find Deep Rock Galactic on Steam, Xbox, and also on the Microsoft Store for PC via the Microsoft Play Anywhere feature. It's actually pretty good. I do recommend that, especially if you want to play with your friends on Xbox. Otherwise, there is no crossplay. Now, if the grand high fantasy world of the Dark Souls series is not your style, but you still value the signature game feel of From Software titles, then I highly recommend Bloodborne. The overall feel is distinctly like Dark Souls, but the overall combat pace has increased greatly, and with a complete emphasis on dodging rather than blocking. When you get hurt, you can hit right back within a set time frame to start recovering health. But the cool part is the weapon variety, in that there is an alternative version for every right-handed weapon, accessible with a little press of the L1 button. Now, in good FromSoft fashion, the music is diabolical, as expected, and the atmosphere is supreme, also as expected. Bloodborne takes place in Yharnam, a grim, dark, gothic city overrun by a great plague of beast blood. You are a hunter, in charge with purging the world of monsters and madmen. The real juice of all this comes from the immense backstories of the areas, people, and bosses. There's an insurmountable amount of reading to do should you feel interested, and if you're looking for a spooky, fun, and iconic experience, pick up Bloodborne. It's worth it, and it's usually almost always like $20 or something like that. Also get the DLC too, because it has some just amazing boss fights. And of course, you can pick up Bloodborne on any choice of current or next-gen PlayStation consoles, meaning PS4 and 5. My last recommendation is the newest entry into one of the most treasured video game series of all time, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I need to preface, this is a PS5 exclusive, so that's why I kept this one for last. Rift Apart is a very, very special game. It is indescribably fun, and made with so much love. From start to finish, you'll be hard-pressed to not be astounded by what's in front of you. Put simply, the gameplay is tight, responsive, and everything you expect from a first-party AAA studio of Insomniac. You'll be visiting quite a few planets on your way to stopping the alternative dimensions, Dr. Nefarious, while also discovering what happens when a multi-million-dollar Rule 63 fanfiction comes to life. And it is just absolutely wonderful. The music's pretty good too. Not as good as the original games, but we won't get into that. It really is just one of those things you should experience before you croak, even if the chances of getting a PS5 are lower than safely licking a lightning strike. But if you ever get the chance, if someone ever offers you, or if someone just has it and you haven't played it yet, you should definitely give Rift Apart a try. The PS5's controller, that DualSense haptic feedback stuff, is just wonderful. But, so, that's that. I had to give you my own little 2 cents about what you should be looking for on this Black Friday season. As always, thank you for making it this far. Even if it is just a 10-minute or so video, you'll be surprised by how little people make it past even the first 30 seconds. If you want to watch me talk about any of the games here, just ask, and I'll be sure to type up a 20-minute or so review just for you. All you need to do is mosey in on the comments and speak your mind, or if you want to make it a little secret just between us, my email is located in the About section of my channel page. But yeah, you know how it is. Thank you for watching. Actually, wait, hold on. Sorry, I wasn't able to upload a bit earlier this week because, well, school exists and school is hard. That's really about it. I'm off all next week, so I'll be able to, I'm going to try to push out 2 videos. I'm going to try. Trust me, I will try. It's tough though. Anyway, thank you for watching. Kindly like and subscribe should that pique your interest. I'm just Sheen. Have a good night.